All right, what's happening? I don't know. This is like video number 7 or 8 on the day. These things will slow down quickly with NBA coming to, not that much longer. Baseball's rolling into the playoffs here quick. We got football fast and furious, but we're going to do the overlay stuff. We're going to go through the progressive jackpot first, through those $2.5 and $22 contests like we do every week. And then we're going to run through the matchup shop. That's the thing that we've been pimping super hard the last couple of days or last week or two. I know I've got you highly addicted to it to the point that I gotta mute my Facebook, otherwise I'm gonna get messages from you every 30 seconds like, dude, you gotta check out this one right here. So I know I got you hooked, and I'm watching all of our customers get hooked. I think it's gonna blow up. So I would highly recommend everybody taking a look at it. It's really easy just to pick your favorite one and just put your money in there. And like last night, we pushed Duncan Robinson really, really hard for the NBA, and everybody won nice money.
I got one right now that I'm putting a lot on.
What's
I'm just
that?
going to tell you. Alex Verdugo is plus 11 against JD Martinez. I don't care who you are, what you are.
That game start already?
It starts in like 5 minutes, I think. I mean, I'm putting.
All right. Well, we're going to run into that since it's spur of the moment. Matchup shop. I don't like picking hitters unless it's some sort of crazy discrepancy.
I mean.
And that's a crazy discrepancy.
Right?
All right. Plus 11. Ooh, good Lord. So you just press that one, click your guy, submit your single. I'll throw 25 on that one. And there we go.
I mean, that's the type of one, like, I felt like even with Machado Hoskins, if I lose that, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Absolutely. I think that's the big thing for hitters in baseball. All I care about, like last night in the trifecta I won, or the parlay, like, took a pitcher that I felt decent about, and then I just picked 2 hitters where there was like a +3 on each of them, that the guys were even. So you're telling me I got 2 even hitters, but I'm spotted 3 points on one of them, so if they both go 0-4, I win? That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, how about 11?
Well, yeah, definitely. And if I didn't feel like I was rushing, I probably would have gone bigger on that.
Yeah, so we'll get into this in a second, but it's all overlay, so it's all good. Like, I don't even hardly project any hitter ever for 11 points. Like, I would pick scrub hitter in starting lineup against Mike Trout at 11. I don't know if you agree.
I totally agree with you. If you put Trout hitting second with all the good players around him, and then their worst hitter batting 9th, but you're spotted 11 points. Well, Trout averages like 11 points. Give me the guy that averages 3 points. I'll take that. You're still plus right there.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, I look into this for more stuff to parlay it with, but that's the only thing I love. So go ahead. Let's do the progressives.
All right. So what we've been doing, and you guys have probably heard us offer this to, anybody that has not signed up and made an initial deposit on overlay. If you've been interested, we will give you a free membership to the DFS 5-pack. Now, the length of that membership depends on how much you deposit. $1,000 deposit, I've had a couple of you guys do that already. We'll give you a full lifetime membership over here. Congratulations if you got the extra money to spend like that. That's fantastic. And if you want to try to double it up or triple it up or do whatever you got to do, $1,000 deposit, screenshot it, send it to me, and we'll hook you up. That's a free lifetime membership. $500, still, solid bankroll right there. We'll give you a year-long membership. $100 deposit, a little bit more reasonable, month-long membership, and $50 deposit. If you don't feel like you want to gamble for that much, I completely understand. We'll give you free 2 weeks just for fun.
Yeah, at least you can check us out for a little bit. 2 weeks is still 2 weeks. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's get it.
All right, so we're going to talk about these tournaments that we go through every week. I love these 5-pick shootouts where you just have to pick your 5 favorites. 2-0 on those in NFL for the year, so I'll definitely be in that one. And then, if I win those tonight, I'll probably even, bone up and do the 44 this week. And then we're going to go through these $22 and $2.5 progressive jackpots. Now, top 10% for 22 would be $180. $2.5 would be $18. But the goal is if you go 12-0, that's a $12,000 jackpot. It's happened. Our boy DFS Wolfpack took down the NBA one. It was $20,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's big money there if you can do it. And like we say, it's not easy, but it's doable.
Absolutely. So all you have to do is, in these, there's no plus or minus points. You just pick whoever you think is going to win. Scoring is very similar to DraftKings. You can go ahead and look at the full contest rules if you got a few minutes and check it out. So we just pick 1 versus 1. Tomorrow we got Dak Prescott versus Cam Newton. You pick them and you rank them in order of your favorites from most confident to least confident. And I will tell you right now, if I pick this one, it'll be low on the confidence rankings. I'll go with Dak in the shootout of shootouts, but I don't like picking against a quarterback like Cam Newton who could easily run in 2 touchdowns tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm with you. I might lean. I'm not sure. I will not pick it. If I had to pick it, I'll go Dak too.
Yeah, that game's just going to have so much offense. Where for you, like you think that Vegas might lay a turd here after beating New Orleans on Monday night. Like that probably makes you like Dak a little bit more and will lean you in that direction. But there's no confidence here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next up, Josh Allen versus Kyler Murray. Again, lack of confidence in a pick like this because Josh Allen runs in a lot of touchdowns, which can be the ultimate equalizer. However, I have way more confidence in Arizona's offense against Detroit, one of the worst defenses in football, than I do in Josh Allen against the Rams, who, I mean, their defense is solid. So I'll go Kyler Murray, but it'll be low in the confidence rankings.
Everyone will choose Kyler here, and I don't even love him this week. But man, you got to go him over Josh Allen, who's just eating against the Dolphins and the who else? The Jets. Yeah, it's got to be Kyler Murray here. He's better than Josh Allen. I'm sorry.
You're a big Murray guy and you're a big Allen hater, so I thought this one would be easier for you, but at least you came to the same conclusion that we would go Kyler Murray. Now, on the flip side of this, for those of you just playing to get in the top 10%, these close ones like this where you think everybody goes Murray, if you think there's a chance this guy can win, there's a lot of leverage there by being the one guy and goes in this direction.
No doubt.
All right. Matt Ryan versus Deshaun Watson, a couple of solid fantasy quarterbacks up against pretty good defenses. I'll go Matt Ryan. I don't love picking against a guy with legs for a guy who doesn't run, but I think this might be a bad spot for Watson and that offensive line against this ferocious Pittsburgh front.
I don't like either of these guys this week. I'm going to go Watson just because I think that he can. Man, what a tough schedule for Houston to start off. I just really don't like it. Yeah, I mean, it's about as tough as it gets. I'll go Watson because he can do it against anyone when he gets going. I'll say that.
I mean, it's not fair to be like, hey, we're going to put you up against the Super Bowl champs, and then the team with the best record in the MVP, and the team that's arguably best defense probably in the AFC, arguably the third best team. So have fun. Oh, yeah, by the way, we gave away your best wide receiver for an aged running back.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, buddy. This sounds like fun. I appreciate it. No spanking.
Yeah,
man. All right, so the flip side of that game is Big Ben Roethlisberger against Matt Stafford. I'm going to go Stafford. I just have a little more confidence in him against the Arizona defense. It's a close one, though, and not one I'm greatly confident on.
I like Stafford this week as a sleeper, so I'm definitely going Stafford here.
Which is crazy because you're usually the Big Ben. Big Ben's one of your guys, so it's kind of surprising to see you flip off of him.
Yeah, I actually, though, to be honest, I'm going to go Stafford over Brady, who I like even less than Big Ben.
In his house of horrors, which is Denver, their offensive passing game is not clicking on all cylinders. It might take them a few more weeks. I'm with you. I'd probably take Stafford over Brady as well.
Sweet.
All right, Phillip Rivers or Joe Burrow. I'm going to take Joe Burrow. One, he adds the legs. Two, Rivers just might be in a spot where he doesn't need to throw it a ton. Efficiency-wise, if you want to take Rivers over Burrow, I'm on board. I just know that one guy is going to need to sling it more than likely. And the Jets are all around terrible. I mean, I would not be surprised if Rivers ends with 20 pass attempts tomorrow.
I know you're big on that premise, and I don't necessarily agree with you, but I also think Burrow is going to be throwing because I think Philly gets off the game. But I think Burrow struggles here, so I'm going Rivers just on efficiency.
I mean, I will take that bet on efficiency. If you ask me who's going to have the better QBR at the end of the day, I'd bet on on Rivers, but I think Burrow, I just expect him to have to sling it a lot. Give me all those rushing yards he's going to throw in addition.
I get that.
All right, Tannehill versus Justin Herbert. I think we'll agree on this one. Give me Ryan Tannehill. Minnesota's defense is just disheveled right now, absolutely beat up. But they're going to do their best. They're going to be bringing, 14 guys down into the box. Ryan Tannehill has the easiest way to succeed in the NFL in the essence that, everybody sells out to stop his running back.
You think we will agree? And we will agree. Give me Tannehill.
Yeah, I know you're not big on the Chargers this week, so I kind of figured we'd agree on this one.
Yep.
All right. Your boy, this is weird because it's your quarterback, Baker Mayfield, of your Cleveland Browns, or your boy this week, Carson Wentz. Where are you going on this one?
Definitely Wentz. I like him a lot here. I don't love Baker Mayfield. Not that I hate Baker this week. I just like Wentz a lot. Baker's a non-entity for me.
I don't like it as much as you, but I agree, and I'll go Wentz as well.
Cool.
I think we'll both agree on the next one, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, easily.
This is the throwing football team right now. San Francisco lost, I believe, their top 73 defenders. So, they're running out their freshman squad this week. Jared Goff has been solid this year, but I massively respect the Buffalo defense, especially at home.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think I definitely agree with you there. 100%.
All right. Kirk kissing Cousins versus Derek Carr. It's difficult to root for Kirk Cousins right now after last week. That was one of the worst performances, not just of his career, I think maybe I've ever seen anybody have. Derek Carr was really impressive last week. So it's a tough one because I like the spot better for Cousins, but man, he really seems to be struggling without Stephon Diggs.
Give me Cousins, though.
Cousins.
Yeah, give me Cousins. I just hate the spot for Carr. I mean, I think Cousins is better than how he's played this year. I mean, we know that.
Well, he has to be, right? Or else he wouldn't be a starting NFL quarterback.
Right, exactly.
I'll take Derek Carr, though. He did impress me last week, and I'm sure Belichick will make them throw the ball. He will not let them run with Josh Jacobs.
That's fair.
All right, Jeff Driscoll versus Dwayne Haskins.
Give me Driscoll.
Agreed. Haskins is one of the worst fantasy quarterbacks, in my opinion.
Ever, maybe.
All right, Zeke the Freak versus DeAndre Hopkins.
Give me Zeke here for sure, especially in only half-point PPR.
That's a good point. Thank you for reminding me of that. That is one thing that gets me sometimes. Everything else I evaluate is full-point PPR, so I'm glad you brought that up for the public right there. This is a half-point PPR website. Gave me a little cause for pause and a pick out. Oh, I forgot about it when I went so heavy on Kamara the other day. Now, Kamara won by like 20 points, so it wasn't a big deal, but it definitely made me nervous, and it almost felt like I deserved to lose because I forgot about it.
Yeah, it happens, though, especially when you're, like you said, always dealing with PPR. I mean, it is what it is.
And we're trying to evaluate 3 sports on 4 different websites all day long, yeah. I'm with you, though. I'm going to go Zeke here as well. I think there's a good possibility Arizona isn't throwing a ton. I think they might have a better day running the ball than they have. You got a couple of guys in Kyler Murray and Kenyan Drake who could easily rush in some touchdowns. I think Zeke could easily score once or twice, and he's a little bit going under the radar this week. I mean, Zeke won't come in with 5% on ownership or anything like that, but he's a really good play, but people are so obsessed with the passing game that he's going to get a little bit ignored.
100% with you.
All right, Derrick Henry versus Dalvin Cook. I'll take Derrick Henry. Minnesota's defense is beat up. I think this is his week to really get going.
I think Cook is sneaky, but Henry's just more solid. So give me Henry here.
Let's not be a victim of what we saw the last 2 weeks. Henry is going to get going. Now, it might not be this week, but I'm still going to take that bet.
Man, you are really down on Cook, though, because last year you were
I'm not down on Cook. I'm down on the Vikings.
But last year you did say he was the best running back in football.
I think I said he was the best. I think I said he was one of the best. Okay. Really, really good. I don't think I would have put him in front of Christian McCaffrey and those guys, but I think he is really good. I'm down on Minnesota and their team goes with their ability to run the ball and play defense, but because they can't play defense anymore, it hurts Dalvin Cook's value.
I don't disagree. I mean, at least how they've played so far.
Yeah, they get one of their guys back. I don't know if it's I want to say it's next week.
Okay.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but I know he comes back soon. And that'll help them because they just can't get any pass rush right now. But as it stands, they've gone from being one of the better defenses in football to just a black hole.
Yeah, they suck right now.
All right, Adam Thielen versus Stephon Diggs. That all being said, they're going to have to throw it a little bit, so I'm going to go with Adam Thielen. And I think he can score this week very similar like he did week one, that get some junk time, fourth quarter. They're going to have to throw it a little bit. Diggs should get the Ramsey treatment this week. I don't like that for him.
Neither do I. I think the game works out differently in Minnesota, but I'd still like Thielen more than Diggs.
All right. Nick, you got some Chubb versus Austin Eckler. Got a couple people brought up Chubb as like a GPP sleeper this week, saying that Washington ranks very poorly against the run. I'd like to see how much of that, because Washington did a bang-up job against Philly week one against the run. Kenyan Drake didn't do anything. I bet you those stats are skewed by Kyler Murray last week.
Yeah, I agree.
Give me Eckler. Carolina can't stop. They're the worst team in the league against the run. Why would I even think about this?
Yeah, this is true. Give me Eckler.
Okay. Evans versus Godwin. Give me Evans. He's going to catch a touchdown that's going to make him the winner.
I like Godwin this week.
Which is weird. That is a role reversal if I've ever heard it.
Yes, it is.
All right. James Conner versus Juju. Give me Juju. Juju's going to have a big week this week. I don't know why. Gut feeling.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I like him over James Conner.
Okay. Chris Carson versus Amari Cooper. Because the game's in Seattle, give me Chris Carson.
Give me Carson also.
DK Metcalf versus Tyler Lockett. Both have nice days, but give me Metcalf because he scores twice and Lockett only scores once.
I'll ride you with it.
Odell Beckham versus Cooper Kupp. I do not like Beckham this week. He needs those deep throws. Washington's pass rushes, that's what they do best. So this is a Cooper Kupp week for me.
I agree.
All right. Julian Edeman versus Allen Robinson. I kind of like both these guys a little bit this week, but I'll go with Edelman, who's just been more consistent to start the year.
I'll go Robinson. I kind of like both too, but I think it's really close. I'll go Robinson, but very close.
All right. Swiss Family Robinson taking the lead over Edelman on Bellman's list. Next up, Leonard Fournette versus Kareem Hunt. I am going to put a leap of faith in the Buccaneers that Fournette's the guy there next on Sunday. So I'm going to go with Leonard Fournette to score and beat out Kareem Hunt because it's half-point PPR. I got Fournette by an eyelash.
I got no faith in Fournette. Give me a Hunt, who's pretty solid in any game script, especially if you think they might be trailing.
Ooh, I don't think they'll be trailing. I think Cleveland and Washington case plays kind of a boring, low-scoring game, like 20-17.
It'd be very Browns to lose this game. That's all I'll say.
I mean, Matt, if you're being real with it, every game would be very Browns because if they lose, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean, though.
All right. DJ Moore versus Keenan Allen. Give me DJ Moore. I love the point you brought up on the members-only video today. There's no Christian McCaffrey. This is now a throwing football team.
Yeah, he's also really good. I like DJ Moore a lot this week. Give me DJ Moore here.
AJ Green versus Will Fuller. I know everybody jumped on Will Fuller after the opening game. What did he end last week with?
0.
Give me AJ Green.
He did leave a little bit of that game, though. I think Will Fuller gets us a big one this week. Give me Will Fuller.
All right. Joe Mixon versus Tyler Boyd. I think the Cincy Philly game is competitive, and this is a good scenario for Joe Mixon, at least competitive-ish. So I'm going to take Mixon in this one.
I'm going to take Boyd.
All right. Kenyan Drake versus Melvin Gordon. Kenyan Drake.
Give me Drake.
All right. Scary Terry versus Marvin Jones. Give me Scary Terry. Just a bigger part of his offense, even though I don't like his quarterback very much. And I don't really like the way he's probably going to be matched up with Denzel Ward. They're going to keep throwing on the ball.
He's better than Marvin Jones, too, by a good amount. So I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't even going to bring up the talent part, but yeah, that one's obvious.
Yep.
All right. Tyler Higbee, Mr. 3 touchdowns last week against Darren Waller. One, Waller seems to be truly questionable.
Okay.
Tyler Higbee. I have faith that New England will make the Raiders beat them with their wide receivers and not let them do it with Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller. If you're going to get weaker coverage, the wide receivers, that's how they're going to make them do it.
I don't disagree with you. I think Waller's better than Higbee.
Oh, hell yes.
Most weeks I'd take Waller. And I can still see Waller outscoring Higbee this week, but I lean Higbee with you.
Waller is really good. I mean, if you want to start making conversations that he's the best tight end in football, I think he's right up there now. At least with the ability to catch passes. Maybe he's not quite the blocker of a George Kittle, but on pure pass catching alone, he is right at the top of the list.
Over Kelsey?
Just on pure pass catching. Maybe not if you want to do like the full package with the ability to block. But on just the ability to run routes and catch passes, he's right up there. Now, I'm not going to knock Travis Kelce, who at this point is still probably got to be named the best tight end in football. But he also gets the ball from Patrick Mahomes, making his life a little easier.
That's true. But, he was pretty good before Mahomes, too.
He's really good.
I
would still take him as my tight end if we were drafting teams right now. I'm just saying Waller as a pure pass catcher is incredible.
Would you say you'd still take him as your tight end, just like the number 1 tight end overall?
Kelce, yeah. I would still rank him as my number 1 guy, but like right behind him is George Kittle. And then I'd probably start putting Waller at 3. But I think his pass catching is right there with those guys. Maybe just not as good of a blocker.
I'm with you.
All right. Last up, T.Y. Hilton versus Jarvis Landry. I have a feeling we're going to disagree on this one because I got your boy Jarvis. And I'm pretty sure you're going T.Y.
Give me the grandma narrative.
That's what we got, guys. That is the progressive jackpot. Again, you got to pick your favorite 12 and then 3 alternates. Just try to get the best record you can. If you go 12-0, congratulations on the big payday. But now we're going to move over to the matchup shop. Just looking at the NFL stuff for tomorrow. It starts with Cam Newton and Derek Carr. I would probably take Cam with the points right here, but I'm not going to bet it.
Same. Do we want to go through each one of these?
Let's just kind of scroll through them and tell me if it's real quickly. Because like Matt Ryan, Mitch Trubisky.
Go ahead.
Trubisky's a guy I'm thinking about putting some bucks on.
Yeah, I like Trubisky here. The ones I'm looking at right here are Trubisky and Carson Wentz and Kirk Cousins.
Cousins +5 against Tannehill. That makes a lot of sense. It's something I just couldn't do. After watching Cousins last week, I got that taste in my mouth, and I'm like, I just can't make that bet. But I can't argue your point that he's got a longer track record of Tannehill being a decent fantasy quarterback. I'm worried about him without Diggs.
I don't think projection-wise these guys are 5 points off. I could be wrong. I'm going to look more into it, but I don't think so.
Okay. What about Big Ben +1 against Watson?
I think that seems trappy, so I don't love it. I don't love it personally.
And then you're going to take Wentz +2 against Burrow?
I am, but I'm not like in love with it because I think Philly gets up. So, I think Burrow's throwing. I just don't think he has a good day. So I still like Wentz over him here. Yeah.
Yeah. On this page right here, Trubisky is by far my favorite bet, and I'll definitely have some coin on him tomorrow.
I like Wentz, Trubisky, and Cousins.
Okay. Moving down. Mayfield against Haskins. That's a bunch of blah for me.
Same.
Allen versus Goff. I feel like that projection's about right with Allen being spotted 9.5 points, so I probably won't lay anything there either.
I would take Goff getting the points. I think Allen's projection's high right now because he's faced the Dolphins and Jets. The Rams are good.
The Rams are good, but then those rushing yards. Goff doesn't rush at all, so they could throw for the same amount. Allen runs for 40 yards and a touchdown, and you're the same right there. So I probably wouldn't touch that one personally.
I get it.
Zeke versus Henry. Half-point PPR is good for Derrick Henry. I would probably take Zeke right here, -1, but I don't think I'll put anything here because I'm not surprised to see Henry score 3 times tomorrow.
I like Zeke, but I wouldn't bet it.
All right, Hopkins versus Fuller. I mean, I like Hopkins in this one, but not enough to let him be, not enough to spot Will Fuller 7.5.
I mean, if Fuller catches one deep ball, it's hard to beat that +7.5. I feel like.
Yeah, I'll stay away from that one. Julio Ridley, no thanks. I don't want any interest in that one.
Same.
Diggs, Adam Thielen. I wasn't that super confident on this one. I would bet Thielen -1, but I won't bet this.
Same, especially I probably like it more than you, but I probably still won't bet it.
All right, so we got to start looking through these, see if there's anything on here that you actually want to pick out because I'm not really interested in Cook Jacobs either.
Same.
Connor Chubb, no thank you.
Agreed.
Juju Amari. I feel like the whole public would take Amari right here. So I might watch for this line to move. And if you can give me Juju plus maybe 2 or 3 tomorrow at some point, I might take a look at it.
I'm with that call. Do we freeze?